There is no single face of Kansas. Kansas is the face of the farmer, working to feed millions of people who often do not understand the special problems of his business. Kansas is the face of skilled labor, men and women whose individual efforts make our state one of the nation's highest in per-worker productivity. Kansas is the face of the old, because ours is a state of long and useful lives. And Kansas is the face of the young, for whom we must produce the jobs of the future if they are to stay and work in Kansas. In November, the many faces of Kansas will choose a single one of them to represent us in the United States Senate. He must be a strong voice for Kansas, someone whose leadership and concern for the people of Kansas is proven. Bill Roy is such a man.
Let's see what you have there. Huh? Not exactly sure. That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You must have somebody else coming, sure. Sure you don't need all that, are you?
We certainly hope so.
You do have other people coming.
Yes. Yeah.
Kansans know Bill Roy. They know him as a dedicated physician who left the security of a large practice to become an outstanding congressman. A congressman who never lost touch with the people he represented.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Oh. How's it going?
Pretty good. What I was talking about is we're having a tremendous amount of problems with the Vietnam veterans. I work with them every day.
Yeah.
And
I've had a very unusual experience. I served in Congress for 4 years, and then I came home, where I've again experienced the federal government from the hometown viewpoint. Frankly, the great ideas in Washington aren't always so great when they reach us in our homes, jobs, and businesses. I can distinguish what government can do and cannot do, should do and should not do. And frankly, being able to tell this difference is a very important qualification for a United States Senator.
Where did you go this week?
Bill Roy's life is built on the basic values, and the first of these is home and family.
Look, you're the only person who took a trip, Billy. We're kind of suffering here. How was the trip?
People seem to think it's remarkable that Jane and I came home to Kansas after 4 years in Washington. But we really never left home. We kept our home in Topeka. Our youngsters went to school here. And in 4 years, we spent only 6 weekends in Washington. The most important people to me have always been here. When I'm your senator, Kansas and Kansans, not the Washington scene, will be my first interest. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
How are those new hips working?
Oh, they work good.
It's nice to get out of a wheelchair, isn't it?
Oh, you bet your life.
How long were you in that wheelchair?
Oh, about 6 or 7 months, I guess.
Kansans know Bill Roy as a positive campaigner, a candidate who speaks to the issues with understanding and intelligence. They know him as a practical man, concerned with the need for a balanced budget and sound fiscal policies in our government. Long before it was quite so popular, Bill Roy was fighting the battle of inflation and government waste. In 1974, he introduced legislation in Congress for a mandatory balanced budget and automatic tax bracket adjustments reflecting the Consumer Price Index. This would prevent inflation alone from pushing our citizens into higher and higher tax brackets. Not surprisingly, many of the same politicians who opposed his bill in 1974 are proposing the same legislation today. Never before has it been more important for Kansas to send our best to Washington. Kansans know it is Bill Roy.
Let's send our best to Washington.